The first painting, from 1350, is a wall mural named The Crucifixion, by an unknown artist in Serbia. Two strange objects that have people inside them piloting them can be seen in the sky on both sides of Jesus. According to Dennis Geronimus, Associate Professor of Italian Renaissance Art at New York University, the objects are nothing more than depictions of the sun and the moon. But ancient alien theorists disagree, believing that this may be one of the first eyewitness accounts of UFOs. This painting, from 1486, that sits at the National Gallery in London, is the Annunciation with Saint Amidius. It shows a circular object shooting a thin beam of light down to the Virgin Mary. The painting is believed to be showing Mary being impregnated with the Holy Spirit, Christ himself. But why would a disc-shaped object with possible circular mechanisms be shown to have impregnated her? Wouldn't it make more sense to paint a bearded man in the sky, other than this object? This painting, from the 15th century, named Madonna and Child with the Infant St. John, was made by more than one artist, and is located at the Palazzo Vecchio Museum in Florence, Italy. The Virgin Mary is seen looking down, while in the background, a man with his dog stare at a bright glowing object off in the distance. The disc has golden rays coming out of it. Though thought to indicate the birth of Christ, why would it greatly resemble what a modern UFO sighting looks like today? This painting is called The Miracle of the Snow, painted from 1428 through 1432. It supposedly depicts a snowfall that happened on a hot summer day in Italy. But why would anyone paint snow to look like horizontal discs, especially discs with people on top of them? The resemblance of UFOs are uncanny. What was really seen on that day? The final painting, from 1710, is called Baptism of Jesus, and is at the Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge in the United Kingdom. It depicts a large circular object shooting beams of light down toward Jesus. The details of the disc are unbelievable. Ancient alien theorists believe this to be undeniable proof of alien visitation during biblical days. Why did so many artists paint things they witnessed as discs in the sky back then? Did something truly incredible take place they could not have even imagined? This story, of an alleged alien tower, in Area 51 has been around for a few years. Let's take a look at it using Google Earth. Here we see the object in question, and Google has labeled it a building. While ufologists say this is an alien communication device, or an alien monument, skeptics believe it is simply a radio tower. But look at its design. It's extremely odd looking, and is located on the famous military base Area 51. So, is this object what conspiracy theorists claim it is? No civilian is allowed into the area, so there is no way to get a close-up view of it. We simply leave it up to you to decide. Back in 2007, this strange skull was discovered in Denmark and sparked a bit of controversy. It was found by workers who were replacing sewer pipes in a house and was dubbed the Sealand Skull. It was found above the pipes, suggesting that it may have only been there for about 100 years. Many in the UFO community and ancient astronaut theorists believe this is the skull of an extraterrestrial being. According to several websites, the skull was examined in 2010 by the College of Veterinary Medicine in Denmark, in which no conclusion as to the origins of the skull were made. Scientists said that although it resembled a mammal's skull, certain characteristics make it impossible for them to say for sure. When compared to a human skull, the Sealand skull has several obvious differences. Like the large eye sockets, which are deeper and more rounded, as well as being off to the sides. Human eyes are much more centered. The nostrils are very small, and the chin is very narrow. The Sealand skull is much larger than that of a Homo sapien, and the smooth surface indicates that the being had adapted to much colder weather. The relative eye size suggests that it was nocturnal. In the stories of this skull, it is mentioned that the town it was found in, residents talk of a local group called the Pegasus Order of Light, saying that they date back to ancient times. Although their true purpose has remained a mystery, it is believed by the town that they were assigned to protect certain artifacts, such as a mysterious cranium, and several devices, made of extremely lightweight and indestructible metals. So, is this truly the skull of an alien being? One that has been connected to an ancient group trying to prevent the truth about aliens from getting out? Or is this an extremely well-done hoax? As always, you decide.
In our last video, you were presented with a story about these strange structures that were discovered on Venus, using the Venus Global GIS Mapping Application website. Now, using the same website, you can also see what looks like huge scrape marks on the surface. Marks that do not look natural. They measure in at over 3,700 miles long, and can be seen even when you are not zoomed in. They also seem to travel south, and resemble what a farm's field looks like after being plowed. These marks are extremely deep, and do not look like errors from stitching all the images together to make the map. This is what that looks like. Instead, these marks simply fade out, and you can see how they are carved deep into the surface. Are these in fact signs that there was once life on Venus? Signs that machinery was being used, much like we do here on Earth? Or is this simply something natural?